Let me be brutally honest with you. The showrunners completely destroyed Daemon Targaryen, one of the most compelling characters in the entire Ice and Fire universe. When I watched the show turn this legendary rogue prince into someone who spends all his time sleepwalking through Harrenhal, even hallucinating about intimate relations with his own mother, I wanted to lose my mind. I'm going to break down exactly how the writers, through their own arrogance, completely shattered Daemon's character appeal from 4 different angles. So who is Daemon Targaryen? Let me first introduce this character they butchered. Daemon Targaryen, known as the Rogue Prince, is the brother of King Viserys I. His father was Prince Balon the Brave, and his grandfather was the legendary Old King Jaehaerys I, that great monarch who brought the Targaryen dynasty to its peak and ruled Westeros for half a century. Daemon's mount is the bloodworm Caraxes, a blood-red savage war dragon known among all Targaryen dragons for its battle-hungry nature. From the title Rogue Prince alone, from this combination of man and dragon, you can imagine what a wild, untamed warrior figure this is. He was one of the most formidable fighters in the Targaryen family of that era, battle-hardened, wielding the Valyrian steel sword Dark Sister, a black family heirloom. What's the writer's most lethal mistake? They designed Daemon as a character who needs to grow. Yes, that's exactly the problem. The writers always think they're smarter than the original author. They think the source material lacks depth. Let us deepen this a bit. Give this character some inner monologue. Let him grow and transform through hardship. Just like how they successfully crafted Theon Greyjoy, who was indeed one of the show's most moving character developments. But here's the crucial point. Good character development requires the right material. You can develop Theon, Bran, Daenerys, because they're teenagers, with room, and need to grow. But Daemon is not a teenager. During Viserys' reign, Daemon was already a mature warrior in his 30s. When Aegon II ascended the throne, he was a battlefield veteran approaching 50 years old. A character like this, with Targaryen blood, a dragon rider, a battle-tested commander, in terms of combat experience, political acumen, psychological state, and mental fortitude, he was already fully formed. He absolutely doesn't need some childish coming-of-age arc. Let's look at several of the most infuriating plot points, and you'll understand just how absurdly they've changed Daemon. The blood and cheese sequence at the start of Season 2. Maybe the show wanted to reduce the gore, lessen violence involving children, so they toned down the horror overall. Okay, fine, I can understand that. Then the little prince dies. What happens next with the Black Faction's reaction is where things get truly ridiculous. Rhaenyra's reaction is actually to oppose this action. She sees it as Daemon's betrayal of her.
No.
You have wounded me, weakened my claim to the throne, my ability to raise an army, my standing among my own council.
So your son Luke gets bitten in half by Vhagar, his body completely destroyed, and when the enemy also loses a child in retaliation, Rhaenyra righteously declares, "This is immoral?" Compare this to the Green's Aegon II. He's far more honest.
Fuck dignity. I want revenge.
The writers obviously want to portray Rhaenyra as a morally spotless saint queen, pinning all war guilt on men. Okay, fine, I'm a man, I'm not offended. Men doing anything for power isn't exactly rare. Up to this point, I just found the queen's characterization a bit awkward. But what happens next really ticked me off. When Rhaenyra privately confronts Daemon about whether he planned this, Daemon actually denies it? He denies it. What the hell? This is the most devastating change to Daemon's character. Maybe the show deliberately made it ambiguous, leaving room for speculation. But whether according to the source material or the show's own logic, we can basically confirm this child was killed on Daemon's orders. In the show, Blood and Cheese explicitly ask, "What if we can't find Aemond?" Daemon smiles, then the scene cuts away. What else could that mean? Obviously find another prince to pay the blood debt. Otherwise, if they couldn't find the one-eyed dragon, would they just go home? And a true rogue prince, facing his own decisions, would never evade or shirk responsibility. Here's the core issue. Daemon can do bad things. He can be cruel, cold, even evil. But he absolutely cannot be a coward. What should the real Daemon's reaction be? Directly and openly admit it. Yes, I gave the order to kill him. Children, women, elders, don't try to bind me with your morality. As long as you stand against me, you are my enemy. When they used a dragon to tear my stepson's body apart, when they usurped my wife's throne, that was my brother's legacy. They should have foreseen this day. I will eliminate every single one of usurper Aegon's heirs, feed the Greens, House Hightower, House Lannister, all the conspirators, to my dragon as snacks. You want me to show mercy? Interesting. Then don't stand against me. Bend the knee, submit, and then we can talk about mercy. You see? That's the mental state befitting a 50-year-old, battle-tested, strongest Targaryen warrior. He might be brutal, cold, even ruthless, but absolutely powerful, absolutely forthright. In the source material, Daemon was always the Black's military backbone. When war started, he immediately seized Harrenhal, not because he had a fight with his wife and stormed off after his loyalty was questioned, but out of cold strategic calculation and decisive military instinct. Of course, it's also thanks to his personal power, directly riding Caraxes to Harrenhal, forcing the garrison to surrender without bloodshed. But in the show, Seven Hells, all the Harrenhal plotlines are a disaster. After the blood and cheese storyline flopped, I started looking forward to Daemon conquering Harrenhal. I comforted myself. It's okay. The intrigue and scheming flopped, but I still have the big spectacle to look forward to. I started imagining Prince Daemon descending on Harrenhal atop the bloodworm Caraxes, all the guards panicking and fleeing. Seven gods save us, it's Prince Daemon and his dragon. We're finished, Daemon coldly declares. Kneel and surrender, or Harrenhal will be baptized in dragonfire once more. And all of you will meet the same fate as Harren the Black. Then Caraxes lets out an earth-shaking roar, sparks flying from its mouth, just waiting for its master's command. And this bloodthirsty, savage dragon will turn this place into an inferno. But I was wrong. I was wrong again. The writers fed me another pile of garbage. Yes, you read that right. Daemon does ride his dragon and land at Harrenhal. The dragon does roar. And then what? Daemon gets off the dragon and sneaks into Harrenhal alone. Huh? What the hell are the writers doing? Viewers, do you realize how absurd this is? Daemon rides a massive dragon, swooping down openly over Harrenhal. The dragon lets out an earth-shaking roar, so loud only deaf people wouldn't hear it. And then Daemon chooses to pray that nobody noticed him sneaking into the castle alone. Wait, I have to ask, what are you trying to do? Are you planning to enter the castle alone and kill all the guards? Or kidnap the Lord and force everyone to surrender? I absolutely believe in Daemon's combat prowess. But one soldier sneaks into a castle and then captures the entire castle. If that's actually possible, why don't you just sneak into the Red Keep in King's Landing, make the Greens surrender, and end the war right there? When Barristan Selmy rescued Mad King Aerys II, he also snuck in quietly, then brought the king out. Nobody just takes an entire castle alone with one sword. What about your dragon? Why aren't you using your dragon? When Aegon the Conqueror buried the entire Harren the Black family, was it because of his superior martial skills, sneaking into Harrenhal and killing everyone? No, it's because he had dragons. A dragon is a flying army. Only the threat of armies and dragons can make castles surrender. Isn't this common sense? So Daemon rides Caraxes for dozens, maybe hundreds of kilometers, then parks the dragon outside while he sneaks into the castle alone with his sword. How is this different from riding a horse to Harrenhal? Is Caraxes just a flying taxi? Your magic broomstick? This is so absurd even the writers couldn't continue. So they just made Harrenhal pledge loyalty to Daemon directly, and then began those long, torturous Harrenhal sleepwalking sequences. In the dream sequences, Daemon encounters Rhaenyra, his brother Viserys, even his own mother. The writer's intention is obvious. They want to instill in Daemon the idea that power equals responsibility, that his brother and Rhaenyra never wanted the throne. They were forced to bear this burden out of duty and honor, make Daemon realize he was too shallow, underestimating the heavy responsibility of the crown. This is the typical result of writers forcibly inserting 21st century modern values into a medieval setting, extremely jarring. Every character becomes a saint, everyone performing the moral show of, I don't want power. Power itself becomes original sin. Desiring power equals moral deficiency. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. You don't even need to put it in medieval times. Even in the 21st century, it's incredibly hypocritical. Oh, I don't want to be president. The presidency represents responsibility. I'm only forced to become president for duty and the people. I never wanted this throne. Ugh, I want to vomit. Is it possible that Viserys is both a good person and simultaneously enjoys power? Being a merciful ruler and enjoying the pleasure that power brings, do these conflict? They don't, but not Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra is a woman. So the writers set her up as, doesn't like power, only duty, for the people, for the realm. Then I want to ask, if you're only serving the people, don't care about power itself, why didn't you accept Otto Hightower's terms in Season 1? Acknowledge your brother Aegon's throne. Your family could still retain influence at court, and the Seven Kingdoms wouldn't have to split and bleed. If it's for Aegon the Conqueror's prophecy, just pass it on to your brother. Anyway, with the current Targaryens riding dragons around, I really can't think of which house would be foolish enough to rebel against you all. Oh no, I must serve the people of the Seven Kingdoms. But the prerequisite is, I must be queen. Only by becoming queen can I unite the Seven Kingdoms. Maybe if you just gave up the throne, the Seven Kingdoms could unite directly under Aegon II. Feel that dissonance? Rhaenyra becomes Jon Snow version 2, a fairy tale soul utterly incompatible with ice and fire. An originally flesh and blood character who dared to love and hate, a strong person, transformed into a hypocrite. Such a shame. Let's get back to poor Daemon. After having relations with his mother in the dream, he suddenly feels Rhaenyra is better. So he has a change of heart and pledges loyalty to Rhaenyra again. What profound growth! Even more absurd, to complete this crude design of spiritual growth through dream sequences, the writers also had to turn Daemon into a political idiot. The Riverlands overlord, House Tully, is loyal to the Blacks, and most other nobles are also loyal to the Blacks. Prince Daemon and his dragon are both there. He even captured the strategic stronghold of Harrenhal. Under normal circumstances, the Riverlands should have already joined under Daemon's banner, without question. But to create conflict, the writers deliberately made House Tully only have a child in charge. What a crude tactic. In the source material, there are clearly other adult, experienced Tullys who could take charge. But the writers insisted on writing old Duke Grover as gravely ill and dying, Oscar as an inexperienced youth, the purpose being to artificially create a power vacuum. And then, with this power vacuum, the ancient feud between House Bracken and House Blackwood can be infinitely amplified. The writers have Daemon trapped in inexplicable political mire in the Riverlands. A 50-year-old, battle-tested rogue prince who has commanded armies and governed territories is portrayed as someone who doesn't understand politics, can't handle vassal relations, like some hothead. The most absurd part is the ending. Young Oscar Tully ultimately crushes Daemon in political wisdom, teaching him a lesson. A teenage lord teaching a 50-year-old Targaryen prince what political skill means. What the hell is this? The writer's logic is, Daemon must hit walls in the Riverlands, must realize politics is so difficult, being king carries such heavy responsibility. Then he can complete his growth, recognize Rhaenyra and his brother's greatness, and submit again. This is the process of forcibly shattering and reshaping a complete, powerful character. The writers need Daemon to doubt himself, need him vulnerable, need him lost, because only then can he awaken in the dream sequences. Only then can he grow. But they forgot, Daemon doesn't need to grow at all. A 50-year-old legendary warrior, the Targaryen dynasty's strongest dragon rider, the rogue Prince Daemon Targaryen, in the show, becomes a confused middle-aged man who needs to find himself and achieve growth through hallucinations and dreams. This isn't adaptation, this is character assassination. The writers forgot, not every character needs a growth arc. Some characters are inherently complete, powerful beings. Their charm lies precisely in that uncompromising, untamed strength. Daemon Targaryen should have been that kind of character. But the show turned him into another broken soul that needs to be fixed. A politically correct product, tamed by modern values. He's no longer that decisive, cold and formidable rogue prince, but a lost soul, seeking self-identity in dreams. Someone who needs to be educated by teenage lords. This is the writer's arrogance and the greatest disrespect to the source material. What's even more tragic is they think they're deepening the character, when in reality, they're just using cheap psychological drama formulas to flatten a unique, multi-dimensional character into a Hollywood assembly line standard product. Daemon Targaryen deserved better treatment. But what we got was nothing more than a crude adaptation disaster.